back here again. So welcome to my channel. Today, as you can see with the screen, we're going to be doing another master review. And today we're going to be doing a master review on SwarmLake. Hope you enjoy, and let's get started. So, what is SwarmLake? The best thing I can really describe SwarmLake as is pretty much trampolining meets Devil's Daggers. If you don't know, Devil's Daggers is pretty much a game where you do the same thing as what you're doing here, trying to beat as many enemies as quickly and as efficiently as possible while getting the most score. Mix that with trampolining and you have SwarmLake. Now on to the gameplay portion where you're going to see exactly how chaotic this game can really be. That's how the beginning of SwarmLake becomes one of the most interesting things you can see in these mini games. It starts off by you walking around sort of this openish area that continually generates and ungenerates blocks as you go, and there is actually a border to that. Once you decide to begin, the enemies start spawning once you begin the trampoline thing. The controls are also very simple. You start with a left click that does a stream shot that's actually really quick, rapid fire, and can target single enemies and kill them really quickly, or you have a spread shot that's like a shotgun type of ability that pretty much spreads them out everywhere, and that's how you jump. You cannot jump by holding left click in trampoline air, you can jump by holding right click. Now there is no aim or anything, but what's actually interesting is how the mechanics really work. So trampolining actually gives you a more likely chance of getting or surviving longer than sort of the on the ground method, but the on the ground method does end up giving you more collectibles. So the main scoring system in this game is the sort of green gem things I see on the ground, and the first time of me actually playing this, I didn't know that those things were what you had to collect, so I was like, oh, my score's pretty low. Then once I realized you just collect them. The issue is that as the time goes on in the game, more and more enemies continue to spawn. And it's not more and more enemies, it's more and more collective amounts if you didn't kill the first one. There are no waves, just one continuous stream. The issue that comes up with one continuous stream is when you try to trampoline. Seems like the best option to be staying safe and everything, but it actually ends up worsening your ability to survive when there's a bunch of enemies that are spawning above you and trying to kill you, and then you really have no way of figuring out where you are or how close you are to dying. But overall, it's a pretty fun game, and I would definitely recommend it if you enjoy this type of stuff. Some more mechanic-based things, the the green gems with sim-looking stuff, collect very quickly and are very fun to collect, and that's pretty much your score. Simple and easy. You continuously get those, and the more and more you get, the higher and higher your score is. And as you can probably see from the footage, it can get pretty hectic, actually. Pretty bad, pretty hectic. Not really the best in terms of survival. One thing I do have to say about the game in terms of the good and bad things, it goes that's very fun, fast-paced, simple mechanics I can just play over and over again. A couple things I don't really like is the fact that you can't really tell if you're about to die. It's just more of things keep hitting you and there's no real indicator if you're about to die or not. It's just, oh, all of a sudden you hit too many things and you're dead. Another thing I want to talk about real quickly, since this is a more review, it's a simple game, but I did want to get some videos out here. This review is mainly comprised of mechanics, and there's no real story to go along with them, similar to Devil's Daggers, and I'm not sure if there's an online compatibility mode just yet, but the game is being constantly updated with new updates, and they're on update 12 now, so yeah, look out for that in the future. One last thing I do want to say before we end off this quick little quick little review video thing is the fact that you can buy this game for $1 or free on Steam. In the coming weeks, I'll leave a link down in the description to play. So if any of the gameplay that you've seen looks of interest to you, then you can definitely go over there and check it out. So yeah, it's pretty fun. You can not play multiplayer right now, but we are talking to the developers about it to see if we can get multiplayer in the game, because I think that'd be pretty cool if you could hook up with someone else in the community and then play a two-player or co-op type of thing. I think that'd be pretty interesting just to spice up the gameplay, because while it is fun, it can get a little boring and or chaotic depending on your outlook after you play it a bunch of times. And yeah, just post the scores. Put your high scores down below in the comment section if you enjoy this type of gameplay and want to see more kind of these reviews on the channel, more smaller game reviews that don't really have too much to them, but are kind of interesting things that you can review. I can review. So up next, for my next video is probably going to be more master game stuff and maybe another quick overview of some new games coming out that I'm going to be playing on the channel, as well as a tech review. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. And with that much said, I'll see you all in my next video.